Market conditions shifting back to mildly bullish in this bull market after that most recent rally that we've had the last couple of days here. We're seeing bull market strength, bull market rank rather at 21.16, which is this upper line right here. We're definitely starting to slope downward right here and working towards the upper end of this range. We did see momentum pop back up into this neutral range. We'll see if it continues to gain acceleration here. We're going to start bumping up against some resistance on S&P 500. We'll look at that chart. Breadth also strengthening, so you can kind of see now we're just kind of stuck back in the middle, bouncing off of those lows. We were extreme towards the bottom end of that range, and now we could be testing that 50% range, bouncing back up, and S&P 500 is going to run into some resistance here as well. We've got a sentiment indicator, which is continually improving nicely here also. If we take a look at the buy-sell ratio, we're seeing that it is approaching, it's working its way back together again here. This buy-sell ratio of 1 is working its way back towards that, but we are less than 1. We're at 0.47. And when we have anything less than 1, we know that we've got the bears in control still. So even though we're bouncing, this was our extreme range, we're working our way back up. What we want to be aware of is this possible scenario right here where we do have that initial sell-off and we have these oversold conditions, but we are just starting a new downtrend. So we're kind of at this phase right here. Let's keep a close eye on this week. We also have sentiment, which is bouncing back up. We looked at that chart also on the directional alerts page. Indices, we're seeing S&P 500. The resistance that I'm talking about is this area right here now that the market has been at before, then it broke through, and now we're running up underneath that. So we want to see if this starts to become resistance. If we get resistance now at this area and we start to see sliding back down, if we can't hold up this 500 range on SPY, that's the one we want to see. If we do retest this and find support and can work back up, that could be pretty bullish, particularly if we could get back up above this area and hold that area and start to see this hold range work a little bit closer to that buy trend location on the momentum indicator. That would be continued bullishness happening right here. Triple Qs, we're seeing NASDAQ 100 find some support, 1%. And again, nice rally right here, but this is going to be the area that's in play right where we're at right now. So we'll see if the next two or 3 days run into resistance, even retracement. If we can break out above that, we may be able to continue this overall uptrend. Let's take a quick look at bonds here and see what they have been doing. 20-year bonds still pretty deeply oversold, way below this 618 retracement. We go out to a 1-year time frame on TLT and see what that looks like if we're getting close. Still in the downtrend according to the 1-year time frame, meaning that it's snapping this direction from here to here. And so we're actually almost back down in the downtrend momentum zone on bonds. This is clearly in a solid downtrend. So bond markets have a lot of work to do. We've talked about that, whether or not that is how that's going to unfold with the Fed. If we take a look at sectors, we're seeing sectors also holding up here, more moving back from sells back into holds. So still kind of a flat trend, which every other indicator that we've just looked at is also giving confirmation of that. We just need to continue to see some additional acceleration. Commodities, we saw oil that's continuing to work here. Let's see if it is retracing at all. Let's go back to this 6-month time frame, finding some support up in that momentum zone, but some resistance right at these bottoming tail bars right here. Let's see if that can hold up here on USO, getting support for follow through on USO. Gold's the other commodity we've been watching. Really similar patterns actually on gold, and nice uptrend, finding support right now. Also silver, we've been watching silver continuing to do well also. So a lot of these miners now that you're getting silver, gold, copper prices. In fact, let's look at copper because we did add that one in. Copper had a real big nice move here also. So seeing those 3 commodities, we're seeing some of those mining stocks that are mining all of these materials continuing to improve. In fact, let's jump over to some muscle stocks and take a look. We've got a medical drug stock here with a nice confirmation bar up 15%, support, and decent volume over the prior day. Lots of support inside of that range. BDTX is the symbol on that. POWL also making that upper range, finding support of that deeper retracement. That was a deeper retracement zone back into that 50% 618 zone. It's got some work to get back up into momentum, but could be early indications of a new trend developing. We've also seen Dell pop into some of these scans. A Dell computer, which is still alive and kicking and still doing amazing, actually, and really nice uptrend here on Dell Computer. Not a lot of nice stocks to consider. You're seeing some of these base material stocks continue to pop in here. VIST, CENX. Keep an eye on those basic material names as the miners, as those basic materials are continuing to increase in price. These miners are going to continue to perform. That'll do it for today's update. Everyone have a fantastic day today.